Hey, what's up, YouTubers? This is John Rambo. I'll do something a little different tonight. What brought this on was I was looking at the internet on my phone one day, and a guy did his top 10 Big Game Cartridge list, and I thought his list was totally bogus. He had some cartridges on there that I'd never even heard of, you know, almost, and if I've barely heard of them, I know most people's never heard of them, you know, so it's like just some wild off-the-wall cartridges. Anyway, so I decided to do my own list of top 10 Big Game cartridges. And I tried to base it on popularity, you know, most of what I see and what I've seen in the past, and it's a few cartridges to include, you know, what they're probably using out west. And I threw a couple we call them wild cards in here, wild card, wildcat cartridges, too, that you may not have thought of, or, you know, but anyway, so we're going to go from the smallest to the biggest. I did not include any 22 caliber in this list. In the state of Virginia, a 22 caliber rifle is illegal to hunt deer with, or any big game. So, you know, I know in some states it is legal, but anyway, I just left 22 calibers out of the list just for that reason. But so we're going to go from the smallest to the biggest, and like I say, it's more based on popularity than anything. So, alright, the very first one on my top 10 list is the 243 Winchester. There is lots of people using 243, even grown men around here are using 243. You know, a lot of people think it's a woman's or a young child's cartridge, but a lot of people use 243 around here. So, and you know, so I gotta give it its due. You know, it takes deer down. Next on my list, this is one of them wild cards I was telling you about. 6.5 Creedmore. I've never seen a cartridge become so popular so fast as the 6.5 Creedmore. It's just gaining popularity among competition shooters, hunters. You know, it's going to be a cartridge that's not going to die in the future. It's going to keep going. So that's number 2. Third on my list is the 270 Winchester. I mean, 270 Winchester is a great cartridge. I think might have been developed about 1950 something. But the parent case to the 270 Winchester is a 30-06. So awesome cartridge. Shoots a little flatter than a 30-06, but okay. Alright, my next cartridge is a 7mm Remington Magnum. Now, 7mm Remington Magnum, you know, supposed to be you perform a little bit better than an 06. It's got some similarities to an 06 or 270 as far as trajectory and all, but where the 7mm mag stands out is with the heavier bullets that you can shoot them. As far as, so I know people around here using them, you know, out in them western states where you got to shoot a little further. 7mm or 7mm Rem Mag probably a little handier out there. So now we get into the 30 cals. I've got at least 5 30 cals on my list. We're going to start with the probably lower powered and then work our way up. The very first one on the 30 cal list has got to be the 3030 cartridge. Now the 3030 has been around since 1895. People are still using it. It's still a popular cartridge. This, you know, this cartridge again, usually a woman's cartridge or a younger kid's cartridge, but even grown men using 30-30. So this next one is a toss-up with the next two. They're about the same as far as power. One of them's the 308 Winchester. You know, most of you know it's a military round, so it's easy to find ammo for. Just good all-around cartridge. I actually got a 16-year-old niece. That's what she uses, 308 Savage. So, all right. After that, here comes a wild card, and like I say, it's almost about the same power factors of 308. I put in the 7.62 by 54 Russian, the Mosin Nagant. Now you know, there's people out there that's probably running around hunting with Mosin Nagants because it's a cheap rifle. You know, it might be all the money they have. It's got power. You know, it's definitely a big game cartridge. It's got the juice. Okay, we're gonna move along. Of course, it's got to be 30-06. It's going to be the next round. Anybody don't know, 30-06 was invented in 1906. That's where the 06 comes from. 1906, and been killing, you know, not a super popular round like people would think, but I mean, it's been around for a long time. I mean, it's got the juice, power. There's nothing a 30-06 can't handle. These days they don't trade well for whatever reason, but you know, it's always going to be in my arsenal. I know there's a lot of people's got them too. Okay, up above the 30-06, we got the 300 Win Mag. Now, I was talking about the 7mm mag being used out west. The 300 Win Mag's probably another one they use a lot out west, and when you need to fire a 300 or 400 yard shot. So you know, a big old round. I don't think there's a lot of people in my area use 300 Win Mags, but all right. And, that's 9 of my 10. The very last one, I don't know how. It's got to be the 4570. 4570's been around a long time. This is a cartridge that won't die. It's a big game cartridge that will not die. 4570 Govt. What was it, after the Civil War, they had a lot of single shots that they actually converted to use 4570 cartridges. But you know, excellent bear round. You know, people use it for deer. It's just it's a heavy hitter, and I started to do worthy mentions or whatever, but the truth is there's a lot, you know, there's lots of great cartridges out there, and these were just my top 10. You know, if you disagree with it, make your own video with your own top 10. Write in the comments below. And so this is John Rambo. I'm out.